Hey y'all, welcome back. And if you don't know me, I'm TK. And this channel is all about doing some makeup, doing some food, and having a lot of fun. So if that sounds like a good time to you, then go ahead, do all the YouTubey things, hit that subscribe button, make sure notifications are turned on, leave a like on this video. How is everybody today? We are here for another broke-ass review. This is part 3 of my Family Dollar haul. We did the ice palette from LA Colors a few weeks ago, and then we tried the beautiful palette from LA Colors, which is one of their 12-pan palettes, and it was trash. This one I rather like. So today we're trying its partner, which is Fire. Let me show it to you with other. It's always the struggle to open these for me. This is the Fire palette. I've had my mitts in this one a little bit just to swatch some things because it took me a little while to figure out what I was going to do with this. On the ice palette, there's the green story up here and the purple story down here, and so I did one on each eye. But for this palette, there's sort of a pink story here and a red story here. Like, it's sort of not as definitive in terms of the color stories. But here's what we're going to do. We're still going to do it. I'm still going to use this top row for one eye, and I'm going to use the bottom row for the other eye. If the ice palette is any indication, the shimmers in this Fire palette probably aren't going to be very remarkable. What I did buy, and what I want to try, because it especially goes with this palette, is the LA Colors Shimmer Eye Palette. I'm just wondering if these might be a little bit more, I don't know, they might be a little bit more vivid than the ones that are already in the palette. And if all that sounds like fun to you, stick around, we'll be right back. You ever find yourself just a little too broke to afford that brand new launch? Me too. I might get it in a couple of weeks, but not today. You know, that don't mean that you're too broke to get a little something new for yourself. But what and where? And is it even gonna be any good? Well, that's what we're here to find out. This is Broke Ass Reviews. This palette was $4. The ice palette was $4. This one was $2, but I got both of those at Family Dollar. If you don't have a Family Dollar, you probably have something similar. That's a discount store between Dollar Tree and Walmart. So whatever there is in between, that's where you usually find LA Colors. I think you can find them online, but I think they're a bit more expensive when you buy them online. I want to say Ulta might have a few things, but I've never seen the palettes and stuff that I buy when I go to these stores are things that I haven't seen at Ulta. Let's start on this eye here. And on this eye, we're going to use that bottom row. So I think I'm going to start. All of these appear to have some sort of shimmer to them, so I don't really have any matte. Same up here, except this real neutral one doesn't really have a shimmer. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and start with this darker one down here, and we'll see where we go from there. I'm going to do that look that I always do, you know. See how that pays off. Oh, that's super coppery shimmery. Great. We love that journey. But you know what? I'm an 80s chick. I can do something. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it one day. I'm going to do a look with all shimmers and metallics. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to show y'all. Mattes are fun, but they're not necessary. Not when you know the laws of the shimmer. Kind of a cute start there, I guess. I do not have enough clean brushes for this, what I'm about to do. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to go ahead and inside. I think I'm going to take this this looks kind of pinky. I'm going to try to take that one on the inside here. Yeah, okay, it's like rosy pinky. It's pretty, but I think what I need is like a floofy. I think I need a floofy brush for that one. We're just going to blend that up over. Okay, well, I'm going to say this about this palette in particular. The ice palette did not have this kind of color payoff. This has a much richer color payoff than the ice palette did. That's super. We're just taking that out over that sort of coppery color. Yeah, I think I like that. I'm gonna bring that copper color in just a little bit further. Bring that in to about halfway, that line where I usually cut my crease. You know, you guys know. Let's start the other side, and then I'll cut my crease all at one time. I'm gonna reserve these two lighter shades for under the brow. They're supposed to be sort of the highlight shades. For the inside, we're gonna try one of these in here. Maybe this, I kind of like this one on the outside, but I also kind of like this one. So I might do this one with the other eye, but I think I'm gonna use this more goldy one for this eye, since it's a little bit more on the orange. We'll just see how those shimmers do. So let's start the other eye. Let's start with this one right here, and we'll go in the outer corner with that. Okay, that's a little more matte than the one from the other side. I'm treating this one like I treated the ice palette, which is, you know, sort of 2 color stories, one on the top, one on the bottom. That's a shimmer. That is definitely a shimmer, but it's not super shimmery. So it gives it a nice lift and a nice light and some reflectivity. Makes it pretty, but it doesn't, it's not like, oh, shimmer, you know, it's not like metallics or anything like that, which actually I can kind of appreciate. I'm going to take this sort of neutrally shade and I'm going to go inside there. I don't know, I'm probably going to regret that, but let's just see what happens. Yeah, I'm regretting it immediately because you can't see it. It's my skin tone. Let's change out. Let's do this pink right here. This is going to be more of a lighter. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. That's deceptively light in the pan. It is not what I expected. I thought it was going to be really light and you might not actually be able to see it, but it actually turns out it's a really nice pinky shade. It doesn't pick up on the camera very well though, which is, I know, what everybody wants. They want to be able to do that super Instagram look. These palettes though, they're not really for the super glam. They're more for like your daily drivers that you would be able to like go to a meeting. The whole color story of the top row is lighter than the bottom row. But I like it. And it was funny because when I saw this, I was like, I don't know if I can sort this out the same way the same way the ice palette just sorted itself out. I was like, I don't know. This one doesn't seem like it's going to lend itself to that. But hey, it's actually working very nicely. Top and bottom. It's just 2 different color stories. So we're going to get 2 different eye looks. So I'm going to cut my crease. You all have seen me do this 100 times. So I'm not going to bore you with that. And we're back. We're going for this highlight. We're just going to put that right under that brow. This highlight is not as intense as the one from the ice palette. It's nice. It blends everything. It's a very blendy shade, and it does give a little bit of shimmer and reflection, which is what you want because you want to kind of lift that area, but it is not going to be like anything dramatic. And these palettes aren't designed to do that. That's not what they're meant to do. They're meant to be just a nice everyday palette. Wow, I really like this one. I like the fact that these are really just super nice blendy. They just blend out so nicely. There's no, you know, harsh lines. They're not patchy or anything like that. They just blend out. I really, really like these highlights. And I would tell you, I told you about the last one. It was trash. The last palette that I did was absolute trash from LA Colors. And I still am a bit flummoxed as to how they didn't get that right. As to how they got they got everything right but that. They get these palettes right. I have a 16 pan palette that is great. It's largely shimmers, you know, not a big deal. You can make nice looks with it. It was great. We'll see how this shimmer palette goes. But those 12 pans, trash. And I can't figure it out, honestly. So I'm going to give this the best possible, if I can find. Yeah, so as before, so it is now. I said before in one of my videos, be organized. I was like, you know, hey kiddos, have your brushes ready so that you don't got to go rooting through your brush drawer while you're trying to film. I don't listen to my own advice. I would not be the first person to tell me that either. Okay. On this side, I'm going to go with this light sort of pinky shimmer. I'm using a silicone brush because I really want to just give this the best possible chance of being, being spectacular. And I didn't have to do that. I went too hard. I went a little too hard because I didn't have faith in this product. And now I'm regretting it. It showed me I need a packing brush. The silicone brush is too much. I went too hard on that. I didn't have to. And now I've just chumped myself. This shimmer palette, the shimmers pick up on a brush. You don't need silicone. I'm an idiot. That picked up beautifully. Look at that. That's the shimmer that I'd put up against anything that I have in my collection. It's gorgeous. I do need a little bit of a blendy brush to just get that fallout out of there because there's a ton of fallout. But that's my fault because what I did was I dug into the palette with a silicone brush, and I didn't need to do that, and I didn't need to pick up as much product as I did. Learn from my mistakes. That's why I'm here. I'm here as a living PSA to other people. Now I want to use a different color, but I need a different packing brush. I have them. I don't have my brushes organized. I really need to. Man, my niece, my God, she's so organized with her brushes. She has her brushes like, it's super well organized. Maybe she'll do a tour of her beauty space because it's pretty neat. I'm trying to decide whether I want on that other side, which is darker. I could do this copper, but I'm afraid it won't come out to be the same. I think I'm gonna, or should I do the gold? I think the copper is just gonna kind of blend in with everything else. Or the gold, or do I do the gold? Or do I do this one? I don't know. Not that one. One doesn't really work. Okay, clean the brush. Let's really pop that. We're really gonna go bronzy over there because all that stuff is bronze. Everything over there is bronze. Okay. Can I just say that I feel like these two palettes were meant to go together just because of how well they complement each other. Holy crap, I didn't see this coming. That is really nice. And that just blends out. These two palettes definitely go together. I feel like the two colors, like schemes or whatever, are just designed for each other. Wow. I'm digging these eye look. I'm absolutely tickled that they came out so well. From one palette to eye look. So we've got the one side that's more pinky and the other side that's more bronzy. I'm gonna finish up this eye look. We'll do some lashes and foundation and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back and these are the final look. 3 weeks ago, we did the LA Colors Ice Eyeshadow Palette from Family Dollar, my Family Dollar haul. And this week, we used the Fire palette. I would call these pretty much a companion palette. This palette has some more like orangey, bronzy things on the bottom and then some more pinky tones up top. We have the bottom row over here and we have the top row over here. We also used for those inner corners the LA Colors Shimmer Eye Palette, $2 at Family Dollar. This was $4 at Family Dollar, and that's the shimmer palette. And I'll tell you what, I'd put these shimmers up against any metallics in any palette that I have, honestly. They really showed up and showed out. Far better than the shimmers that actually just come in these palettes, but that's fine because I think this palette is designed to be kind of, your everyday kind of daily driver, your basic eye look that you would, go to the office with or whatever. But for the evening, you want that little bit of pop in the corner. This is going to be your Huckleberry. I really enjoyed using both of these palettes. They work really nicely. The shimmer palette just really came out. I'm just really impressed. So all in all, yes, worth it. $4, $2, the value is there. If a palette is absolute trash, it doesn't matter if it's $1. It's not worth it. It's not worth spending your money on. These palettes definitely bring a much higher value for their price. And that's what we're always looking for when we're like, I'm kind of broke, but I need a little makeup, or I want a little makeup, or I just want something new, or I just went broke on a new fit and now I don't have a palette that works with it. So these are good choices. These Fire and Ice palettes are good choices for LA Colors, and this shimmer palette, even if you don't do anything but buy the shimmer palette, it's gonna pay off. I hope you have fun this week hanging out with me doing broke ass reviews. As always, I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're taking care of each other. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, or a great night. And as always, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, y'all.
Louboutin dripping, bleeding out my sneaks. Throw my crown at your face in case you forgot I was king. I hope it leaves a mark if you forget where you're destined to be. Higher than wings, flying outside of desert Syria.